走开，给我一个时间对你说爱，守住这心，缓缓呼吸，深深地感觉心在说我爱你。Oh baby， 给我一个时间对你说爱，用我的心化作星星，填满你寂寞的夜里，从来不曾有过这样的感觉，迫切渴望拥有每个永远，就让转动的世界停留在眼前，让我对你说，对你说，哦，我是真的付出我的爱，从今以后不会再更改。让我拥有你的未来，我是真的付出我的爱，从今以后就不会再更改。让我拥有你全部的爱。每个永远，就让转动的世界停留在眼前，让我对你说，对你说，哦，我是真的付出我的爱，从今以后不会再更改。让我拥有你的未来，我是真的付出我的爱，从今以后就不会再更改。让我拥有你全部的爱，从今以后不会再更改。No no 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 no， 让我拥有你的未来，我是真的付出我的爱，从今以后就不会再更改。让我拥有你全部的Ladies and gentlemen, that song was released just a couple of weeks ago, and you can also find it on Apple Music. And yeah, in a while you will hear the song that I'm about to release officially today. But before we do that, I'm guessing that a good number of you are here because you've watched my progress in the Sing China competition. 有看中国新歌声的人，请举一下手，有没有？ Okay, so this song was sung as a duet in the competition. I think I only sang 2 duets. Can you guess which one this is gonna be? 有没有人猜到接下来要唱的是哪一首比赛里面唱的合唱？ Does anybody have a favorite from the competition? Oh, Oh, that's a nice song. 我今天不是唱那一首。Okay, this one is a song that I did with Harlem Yu. And for those of you who don't speak Mandarin, and I'm guessing that there's also a good number of you here in the crowd, it translates to mean something along the lines of an honest love song. We invite Andrew to take a short break, and we'll have Becca come back on. We'll have a quick chat for a bit before we sing a few more songs. Thank you, Andrew.
Once again, give it up for Joanna.
Thank you.
Thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule today.
You too, thank you for doing this for me. Becca and I share the same record label, we're label mates, so you can also check her music out. It's also available on Apple Music.
Oh,
right?
thank you. Yes. So how are you feeling?
Good.
Great.
It's nice, right? I mean, this place.
Yeah.
It feels actually really comfortable singing in this space, and I guess I'm guessing for most of you, the vibe will be very different from the shows you're used to seeing me on TV. It's kind of nice to be in more intimate environment. So.
You sound great here.
Thank
In
you.
this space. Okay, I have some questions for you. And to start off, maybe you could tell us a little bit more about yourself and your journey as a local artist.
I mean, for you guys, if you've signed up and registered and made the trouble of coming here today, you probably know a little bit about me already. So I kind of want to share something that maybe you guys don't know. I actually spent most of my formative years in the school choir, and so I used to go Christmas caroling a lot with the choir, and we used to do like a circuit down Orchard Road at the various hotels, ending at the Raffles Hotel. And so Christmas music has always been a big part of my life. I love Christmas. It's my favorite time of the year. Like regardless of how crazy it gets, the traffic is bad, sometimes it's raining, you're lugging, you're shopping around, it's nuts. But something about Christmas music always just warms the cockles of my heart. So I always, not hum, but just like, okay, never mind. Warm the hum of my heart, but it means the same thing. But I've always wanted to have my own Christmas album, and I wanted a Mandarin jazz Christmas album. And so releasing the single today, that's like the first step to that, making that dream come true. And so also doing really intimate performances on Orchard Road during the Christmas season is also a very Dong, like a very Joanna Dong thing to do. I used to do these mall gigs. I don't know if any of you have ever seen me. Like I used to sing at the malls and I do all the Christmas songs. So I just love this time of year.
It's my favorite holiday season
Yeah,
too.
same.
Yes. Okay, I'm sure you've been asked this a million times already, but if you don't mind, could you share with us more about your experience on Sing China? Maybe tell us what are your top 3 favorite moments?
Oh gosh, okay. Top 3 favorite moments. First one was in chronological order. First one was when my teammate Dabu was resurrected. We were all crying buckets. It was nuts, and we were so worried that he was going to go home. And for a couple of days while he prepared for the resurrection match, we were all really worried and under a great deal of stress. I don't know, my eyes were perpetually swollen during that period because I was just under so much stress, and I was just so worried for him, for my teammates. So when he survived, I was really cheering but crying, like crazy at that. Like, oh yeah,
Bipolar.
Yeah, a bit. But that was definitely a memorable moment. Second favorite moment. Oh yeah, well, obviously my first favorite moment had to be when Jay Chow pressed the buzzer and chose me. Okay, so rewind. That's my first favorite moment. Yeah. I never thought he would choose me, and then on top of that, Eason chose me, and then Liu Huan Laoshi chose me too. Yeah, if I had one regret, it's not one regret, but one of those, the one that got away. Was like, to this day, I still wonder like what it would have been if I had gone to Eason's team. Yeah, it's one of those things that I'll never know, but I have to let it pass because you can't have everything in life.
Yes, you can't have it all.
Yeah, and my third favorite moment was I didn't realize this at the point, but on the finals, it was very rainy, and I was wearing this purple dress with a train. I didn't realize till I watched the replay.
Sounds like a disaster.
I know! I didn't realize that Jay, my mentor, was actually holding my train so that I wouldn't trip and so that it wouldn't drag in the puddles. Like he was holding my train up while I was walking, and I was just walking in front, like just so nervous and so excited with,
You got bragging rights for life.
I know, right?
Yeah, Jay Joe was holding your
my
dress.
skirt, yeah, I know, right? He was like my page boy. Ooh, I know. I roll like that. I'm a Ming Sing now, So my friends, own it. My friends are here, they're terrible, so they call me Mings for short, like the short form for Ming Sing. They're like, hey, Mings 来了, Mings 来了. You don't like that,
Superstar.
Yeah.
Alright, being an artist myself, I understand that doing what we do is not the easiest, especially in our society. What do you think are some of the biggest challenges that you face?
I feel that I've been quite lucky, so I've in general managed to find work. So staying alive and financially surviving wasn't the most difficult. But for me, the toughest challenge is personal, it's psychological. It's when there's so many new artists, young artists, talented artists like yourself emerging on the scene, and then you're getting to the age where you feel like you're a has-been or a bygone.
Yeah, you start to feel irrelevant.
Yeah, you start to feel irrelevant, you start to feel like you're not talented enough, you're not motivated enough, you're not photogenic enough, you're not social media savvy enough. It's all these self-doubts that really can eat away at you. So that was my biggest challenge, overcoming that and believing that I still had something to offer people. I think my family knows that too, that I struggle with a lot of self-confidence issues. I know people say, oh, but you always look like you're so sure of yourself on stage, but I think a lot of that is, I wouldn't say it's a facade, but it is. It's an armor that I've kind of built up over the years. It's just experience. Experience helps me to look confident, but a genuine confidence, I think, only comes from the support from your friends and family, the vote of confidence that you get from your industry peers and from, So I feel really glad. I'm very thankful that I've had this opportunity.
It's your insecurity. We all have those, so
Yeah.
you're not alone.
Yeah, I know.
All right, this next question is one of my favorite.
Yeah.
Tell us, who are your biggest musical influences? Who are the people that made you want to become a singer?
This is interesting. I think a lot of people have this so-called 偶像, like you have like a star that you want to emulate. But for me, my biggest musical influence was my conductor, my choir conductor from VJC days. His name is Mr. Nelson Kui. And yeah, someone knows Nelson here. And he really laid the foundations for my music education. Well, I can't read music very well, and I don't play any instrument, but I can say that I've been well educated in music because he exposed the choir members to such a diverse range of repertoire, things that were really challenging. We did some really avant-garde arrangements. We did folk songs, we did like weird harmonics with our voices, Gregorian chants, world music, pop rearrangements, some jazz as well. So because he had given me all that exposure when I was at the tender age of maybe only 17, I just grew up being so hungry to try out, and I never thought anything was impossible to sing or to try. Even eventually playing around with like the vocal trumpet, that was also because like back in choir days we would sing songs where there are no words. The whole song we're just like pretending to be frogs or like cats. Like that's the kind of arrangements he would choose for us, and it was bold and very unconventional, but that's what he shared. It was like music is anything, any sound you can create with your voice, and your voice is an instrument with limitless potential, and that really changed my life.
Amazing. All right, let's move on to the topic of technology, which is the main reason why we're all here today,
Yes.
right? I want to know how you feel that new technology has brought down the barriers of music around the world.
To be honest, at the very beginning, I was ambivalent because the whole digitization of music meant that people stopped buying records, physical CDs, and as somebody whose dream was to push out albums, I had to change my idea of what it meant to release an album. Physical CD stores are so scarce now, and I know that my husband used to love browsing through the CD store. He loved, taking out a CD. So for people who are very like touchy-feely, like tangible things, this is becoming a challenge in this day and age. But I also realized that this platform and all streaming platforms, including Apple Music, what it allows us to do is our music can reach people that we never knew before. Audiences to the farthest reaches of the earth can hear your music. and the algorithms that help you to sort of discover new music. That's amazing. Like I discovered so much new music that I would never have before, thought to go and search for. It's just prompted as you go through.
Yeah, that's the thing about streaming services.
Yeah.
It helps you, discover music through stuff like you like. Then
Yeah.
they recommend you.
I think
that's the best thing.
it's quite amazing because like this is how technology becomes like they're almost like soothsayers and like they like mystic forces that can predict the future, predict what you like. So for me that's quite magical and I really enjoy it. So now I've actually stopped buying CDs myself. And I think it's great also because recently I've been filming a TV program or a documentary style program that's about sustainability and eco-friendliness. And I have to admit that, not having physical CDs does contribute to reducing landfills. We're reducing waste. And so I think it's a great thing to embrace.
Yeah. So check out Apple Music.
Not hard selling here.
Alright, I would now like to open questions to the floor. If you have any questions for Joanna, please, now is your time to ask them. Don't be shy.
Yeah, I'm very open. You can ask me just about anything. I see a hand up there. Did somebody raise a... No, it's not you. Okay.
Yes, okay.
Yeah, hello.
Hello. When will you release the Christmas album?
Oh gosh, I don't know is my honest answer. And I don't even know when I'll be releasing my next full-length album per se. But that's also the beauty of how this whole industry and the whole way we are releasing music has changed because of the digital platforms. Because we're not confined to having to release or print, like the overheads of having to print one CD, I can release single by single. And so instead of like waiting the whole year for Joe Dong to release one CD, you can have like new music every month from me. So that's what we're trying to move towards. But I think we are gearing up for releasing a full-length album next year. It'll be a digital release, maybe also on vinyl, we're not sure. Yeah, some vinyl lovers. Yeah, I know I have at least one vinyl lover friend in the house. Kurt, where are you? Yeah, but yeah, Christmas might take a while because each year it seems like we do one Christmas song. Like maybe it took 12 years to accumulate enough for a Christmas album. But y'all will wait, right? We wait 12 years. No, he shrugs. He's like, yeah, okay, that's fair. It's fair. It's a long time.
Okay, next question.
Yeah, I saw. Hi.
I just love all the songs you picked during the competition Sing China,
Yeah.
particularly the slow one, the
Yes.
and the Chinese one. Would you do more of those very soulful, beautiful songs?
And it's great that you asked this question. That is my personal favorite song in the entire competition. So good taste. To be honest, we took a big risk with that because with competitions, they're scoring you. There's like the whole setup of like a competition means that you feel you need to entertain the audiences. And so when we chose a really quiet, unshowy song, we were like, oh, will the judges like this? Will they vote for me? But at that point, honestly, I had never thought I would make it even further in a contest, so I was ready to go home. So I said, okay, if I'm leaving, what song do I want to leave with the audiences? What is the one song I want to have aired on this huge platform? And I wanted to do a quiet jazz ballad. And Andrew Lim actually recorded the demo for that song. And some of his guitar sounds, it's really like you cannot copy one. It's not replicable. Even though the musicians in China, they are top grade. But none of them can play that sound the way Andrew did. So what happened in the end was Andrew's track was actually incorporated into the backing music of the competition music.
This is how technology has made it so
it was a
much
combination
better,
of
right?
live performance and some of Andrew's playing on the hard disk. So now you finally see the mystery man behind the vibe of that song. Yeah, great question, thank you.
Alright, moving on. Anybody else?
Oh, yes. Hi.
Are you gonna do the saxophone thing?
A mouth trumpet, yeah, it's like a horn sound. So I wasn't planning to, but I can. Does anybody want to hear my mouth trumpet? Yeah. Just say I will do. I'm very friendly, very obliging. Since it's the Christmas, it's Christmas, and you asked if I would do any more slow, quiet songs. I'll do this one for you, just a short one.
Alright, we got time for one last question.
Anyone? Any other random questions or requests? Yeah.
Hi, Joanna.
Hi.
Is there any artist you'd like to collaborate with in the future?
Ah, yes.
Good
so
question.
so many. From the English-speaking world, I really like Stacey Kent. She's a jazz singer, and she was one of the first jazz singers that I tried to mimic and emulate. And some people actually tell me I sound quite a bit like her, so you can go check her music out. I'm sure it's also on Apple Music. And so I would love to be able to do a duet with her. And from the Chinese music scene, I would really like to sing My Funny Valentine with Eason, because he asked to hear me sing it on the competition, and we sort of actually did a jam at the rap party for the contest, but nobody else heard it. It was just us. So I really wish you guys could hear it because it was really nice. So yeah, someday, fingers crossed. You tell him, Ken. You help me tell him.
Okay, back to you, Joanna.
Okay.
So, what are your future plans? What can we expect from you in 2018?
There's lots coming up. So the travel documentary that I've been filming, it'll be released next year. I'm also doing a theatre production with theatre practice at Esplanade for Hawaii. It's not a musical. I know a lot of people would think it's a musical, but it's not. However, I think it's gonna be a really rich production because it kind of gathers Chinese diaspora talents from all over the region. There are people from China, Taiwan, Hong Kong, Malaysia, Singapore, Indonesia as well. So we're all collaborating to try and discover and understand what it means to be ethnic Chinese in this day and age. So that's next year, Hawaii. And then I'm also doing and preparing for my personal concert. So it'll be a full length, yeah. And we're also going to tour that to some of the major cities in China and in the region. So, and then of course we will either start in Singapore or end and have the finale in Singapore. So that's for next year.
Very exciting. Congratulations again on your release of the newest single,
Yes.
学下的正好. Maybe you'd like to take some time to share with us about the meaning of the song or the story behind the song.
Yeah, I know we've been talking for a while, so I won't take too long. 雪下的正好, it translates to mean, this snow is really timely, this perfect time for snow. And the inspiration is simple. I really just wanted a song that helps you to take stock of the entire year. And in this case, because we're Singaporeans, snow is not literal, because goodness, if it snows here, it's really El Nino to the max. So we pray that that won't happen, even though we wish it will happen, okay? But the snow is not literal, it's metaphorical. It's kind of all the things that you've accumulated through the years. It could be tensions in your relationship with your family, it could be grievances, it could be just tired, just feeling tired. And hopefully the song will melt all that snow, all that cold bitterness away. That's what we wanted to do with the song. And I'm really, really honored that Dr. Liang Wenfu and Jeremy Montero have come together. This is their very first collaboration together, and I'm so honored that they chose to write a song just for me. It's like they're both masters in their respective fields, and also Aubrey Suito, who is an amazing arranger. They came together, and I'm like, who am I? How am I worthy that these greats would come together to write a Christmas song for me? And so I hope you guys like what they've put together. I love that it's not fancy, it's not over the top. They could have, because they're masters, but they distilled all their craft into a really beautiful, simple, catchy song. And I hope this stays with you the rest of this season.
Thank you. Alright, that's all the questions I have for you.
Thanks, Stefan.
Do you all want to hear Joanna sing some more? Yes. Okay, yes, we should.
Let's go for it.
Alright, I'm
Yes,
going to
ma'am.
bring Andrew back and take it away.
Thank you. Thanks, Stefan. It's also pretty neat that we're getting to do this acoustic duo version of this song. If you want to hear the full arrangement, then you have to go and download it or listen to it on Apple Music. But I'm also performing it for Jazzy Christmas 2 days later on the 23rd with Jeremy Montero, who composed the music. So if you want to hear the big band version, I think there's still a few tickets left for that, and you can catch that. There's plenty. So ladies and gentlemen, presenting In Time for Snow, this is the world live debut performance of 雪下的正好. Oh God, I pray I remember the lyrics. Not good. 雪一直飘，一片一片的飘，从那电影里飘落到我的怀抱。我一个人有自己的热闹。雪还在飘，一声一声的笑，从那电影里笑，谁又想起谁了？幸福的人总会说冬天暖得刚刚好。寂寞有情调，还有我听到影子在舞蹈。我相信春天等在下一个转角。雪还在飘，这雪下的正好，它们多么美妙，只有我才看到。